Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Lecture number 40. This is the last chapter or the last lecture. In this lecture, we will again go back to the textile dyeing, because the name of this course is Natural Dyeing and Innovative Dyeing Techniques. So, how commercialization of natural dyes can be done by using the innovative techniques, how we saw in the decision lecture that we are now ready for dissemination and commercialization of the natural dye. Natural dyes are the need of hour. The growing need of environmental protection in various fields and leads to the fact that finishing of textile for the of use. So, if we are trying to move from synthetic dyes to natural dyes, then we have to remember to protect the environment and the human beings. Color have a unique place in our lives, and they are used to beautify not only the environment but also the textiles. In the realm of textile dyes, there has been a rise in the need for sanitary, fresh and clean textiles. This has led to the rise of use of natural dyes. The very reason that sustainability and environmental concern have now taken a primary position in people's perspective, the role of natural dye has become significant. Since the natural dyes offer remarkably unique, calming colors and tones in contrast to synthetic dyes, people are now well aware of the many benefits of using them. In addition, natural colors are more sustainable and biodegradable than artificial or synthetic dyes. Natural dyes are renowned for their exceptional stain ability. So, the coloring capacity also of natural dyes is very good. Different types of natural dyes have been reported over the past few decades, with variation in their synthesis and application methods on various textile. This particular lecture reviews various research attempts to infuse natural dyes into textiles. The influence of environmentally friendly natural dyes on human and the need for natural dyes as antimicrobial, antifungal and UV absorber in the textile finishing are also the need of hour. So, how do we do the commercialization of natural dyes? Having spoken so much about, in the last 39 lectures we have been only talking about the versatility of natural dyes, their availability, their biodegradability, their non-toxic nature, their scalability, etc., etc. The commercialization of natural dyes has been gaining traction due to the increasing consumer demand for sustainable and eco-friendly products. That is the primary reason for why people are opting for natural dyes. Natural dyes are derived from plant, mineral and even from some insects and animals, offering an environmentally friendly alternative to synthetic dyes, which often involve harmful chemicals and processes and are totally based on petroleum products. What leads to the commercialization of natural dyes? Growing demand. Consumer awareness regarding the environmental and health impacts of synthetic dyes has led to a growing demand for natural alternatives. This demand is not only from individual consumers, but also from industries such as fashion, textile, cosmetics and food. And we have also now seen that they can be used for as pH indicators. So, in analytical laboratories they can be used, and in fabricating the natural dye sensitized solar cells. Commercialization of natural dyes is also governed by the sustainability. Natural dyes are perceived as more sustainable than synthetic ones because they are often sourced from renewable materials such as plants. Additionally, the extraction and processing of natural dyes typically have lower environmental impact compared to the production of synthetic dyes, thereby having lower carbon footprint. Health concerns. Synthetic dyes have been associated with various health issues including skin irritation and even carcinogenic effects. In contrast, natural dyes are generally considered safer, hypoallergenic, making them more appealing to health conscious consumers. And this we have spoken time and again, that the sustainability factor, the availability factor, the health concern factors are all in favor of natural dyes. Artisanal and small scale production. Many natural dyes are produced through artisanal and small scale methods which can support local economies and traditional craftsmanship. This aspect adds to the appeal of natural dyes, especially for consumers interested in supporting ethical and community based production. Color variation. One challenge of natural dyes is their variability in color due to factors such as plant variety, climate and extraction methods. And we have come a long way, that we have found some of the best extraction methods that would extract almost 99% of the colorant from the plant part. It also, while there is variability which we can see, it is a drawback in terms of consistency. It also adds uniqueness and aesthetic value to products dyed with natural dyes. Undoubtedly, if you have a natural dyed fabric and a synthetic dye fabric, the aesthetic appeal of the natural dyed fabric is far more. Research and innovation. There is an ongoing research and innovation in the field of natural dyeing techniques to improve color fastness, increase color range and enhance the scalability of production processes. This includes exploring new plant sources, optimizing extraction methods and developing eco-friendly modern substances used to fix the dyes to the fabric. And we have done quite a deal of all this which has been mentioned. We have looked for eco-friendly mordant in terms of biomordants and enzyme. We have tried to optimize the extraction processes from plant to plant. We have figured out which is the best method. We have even sourced new plants and have created now a library of plants which is dye yielding. So, one can source from that locally which is the plant that is available. Certification and standards. With the growing interest in natural dyes, there is a need for certification and standards to ensure the authenticity, quality and sustainability of natural dye product. Certifications such as organic or fair trade can help consumer make informed choices and support transparent supply chains. And with this, we have also found out the way to validate and to verify whether the natural dye is authentically natural from natural origin. And for that, we have formulated Indian standards for 10 dyes, and those dyes are Rubia cordifolia, indigo, Rheum imodi, catechu, Tectona, terminalis, Terminalia arjuna, balsam, canna and many others. So, 10 of them the ISs have already been formulated, and we are in the process of formulating more Indian standards for testing the authenticity of the natural dye. Ways to implement commercialization. The commercialization of natural dyes represents a shift towards more sustainable and environmentally friendly practices in various industries, offering both economic opportunities and benefits for consumers and the environment. When we say that we are now ready for commercialization, that means that the technology that has been developed is now mature enough to be scaled up from laboratory to now the factories. The commercialization of natural dyes can be implemented through various strategies and initiatives aimed at leveraging the advantages of natural dyes while addressing challenges such as scalability, consistency and market demand. Steps have been taken to mitigate these. Research and development. Invest in research and development to identify new sources of natural dyes, improve extraction methods and enhance color stability. And we have been able to consistently do a lot of research and contribute in these three areas. This can involve collaboration with academic institute, research organization and traditional knowledge holders. A lot of artisans contact me to find solution for the problems that they have been facing over the years handling natural dyes and their dye uptake and fastness properties. Quality control and standardization. Supply chain demand. Build robust and transparent supply chain for sourcing natural dye materials. This may involve working directly with farmers, cooperatives or ethically sourced suppliers to ensure traceability and fair trade practices, because only when we know that the supply chain is correct, that the supplier is supplying only the correct plant part and the whole process is very robust and transparent, then only this industry can survive safely. So, quality control and standardization. Establish quality control measures and standard to ensure the consistency, purity and safety of natural dyes. This can include testing for contaminants, standardizing extraction processes and implementing quality assurance protocols. Because at the end of the day, commercialization will involve all these aspects, and we need to cover all these and safeguard all the standard protocols and the supply chain protocols. Scalability and production efficiency. Develop scalable production methods for natural dyes to meet commercial demand without compromising quality or sustainability. This could involve optimizing cultivation practices, improving extraction efficiencies, exploring all the waste that can be collected, and investing in production technologies. Product innovation. It requires market to be educated, and this should be promoted. Educate consumers and businesses about the benefits of natural dye through marketing campaigns, product labeling, and educational materials. Highlight the environmental, health, and social advantages of natural dyes to differentiate them from synthetic alternatives. Product innovation. Encourage product innovation and diversification using natural dyes across various industries such as textiles, cosmetics, food, pharmaceuticals, and now even solar cells. Explore novel application and formulation to expand the market for natural dye products. Certification and eco-labeling. Obtain certification such as organic, fair trade, or eco-friendly labels to validate the authenticity and sustainability of natural dye products. This can enhance consumer trust and facilitate market access in ethical and environmentally conscious market segment. Consumers' feedback and requirement. Collaboration and partnerships. Collaborate with other stakeholders including businesses, NGOs, government agencies, and industry association to address common challenges and promote the adoption of natural dyes. Pool resources, share best practices, and coordinate initiatives to support the growth of natural dye sector. Policy support. Advocate for supportive policies and regulations that incentivize the use of natural dyes and promote sustainable practices in the dyeing industry. This could include tax incentives, research funding, and environmental regulation that discourage the use of harmful synthetic dyes. Consumer engagement and feedback. Engage with consumers to understand their preferences, concerns, and expectations regarding natural dye product. Solicit feedback, conduct survey, and involve consumers in product development to ensure alignment with market needs and preferences. Strategies for commercialization of natural dye technologies. How do we go about it? Having developed all the technologies, now is the time that we should now strategize as to how commercialization of natural dyeing technology and natural dyes could be done. By implementing these strategies, the commercialization of natural dye can be promoted effectively, contributing to sustainable economic development, environmental conservation, and improved well-being for communities involved in natural dye production. Enhancing dyeability of the fiber blends, plasma and laser and e-beam treatment as clean technologies have been used to modify both the surface and the dyeing properties of the textile fibers, especially polyester, polyamides, polyolefins, wax, flax and wool. Using natural dyes to color textiles would be a more environmentally beneficial and greener alternative. How can innovation be brought to use? So much of research has gone into it. Now, how do we now bring the businessmen who are indulging in who are indulging in dyeing to bring about a change from synthetic dye to natural dye. Commercializing natural dyeing technologies involve several strategies to effectively bring these innovations to market and ensure their adoption by industries. Here are some strategies. Market research. Conduct a thorough market research to understand the demand of natural dyes. In various industries such as textile, cosmetics, food, and now solar cells as well. Identify target markets, consumer preferences and potential competitors. Product development. Invest in research and development, that is R&D, to improve the quality, stability and color range of the natural dyes. Develop new formulation and processes that enhance the performance of natural dyes and make them more competitive with synthetic dyes. So, now we have to bring natural dyes at par with synthetic dyes. Only then they will believe that yes, there is now the time that we should switch over to natural dyes and kind of abandon the use of synthetic dyes. Certification and standards. Scalable production. Develop scalable production processes to ensure consistent supply and quality of natural dyes. Explore sustainable sourcing method for raw materials to meet the growing demand without causing environmental degradation. Partnerships and collaboration. Form partnerships with textile manufacturers, fashion designers, retailers and other stakeholders in the supply chain to promote the use of natural dyes. Collaborate with research institutions, universities and government agencies to further develop and validate natural dyeing technologies. Certification and standards. Obtain certifications such as GOTS, that is Global Organic Textile Standard, or Ecotex Standard 100 to verify the organic and ecological properties of natural dyes. Adhere to international standards of quality, safety and sustainability to build trust with consumers. So, the way to move forward for commercialization of natural dyes is that one should look at now scaling the production, scaling up the production, looking for partnership and collaboration, and most importantly looking for certification and standards. Cost competitiveness. How can we make it cost competitive? Educate and awareness. Educate consumers and businesses about the benefits of natural dyes in terms of sustainability, health and aesthetic. Organize workshops, seminars and promotional events to raise awareness about the environmental impact of synthetic dyes and the advantages of using natural dyes. Marketing and branding. Develop a compelling brand identity that highlights the natural and eco-friendly aspect of your product. Utilize digital marketing channels, social media platforms and eco-conscious influencers to reach target audiences and build brand awareness. So, only when all kinds of strategies are put in place to take this scalable product upward for commercialization, all these have to be practiced and kept in mind. You have to aware the consumer, you have to do a good branding and marketing. Unless and until there is an awareness among the common people, people are not going to buy naturally dyed garments or fabric. Cost competitiveness. Optimize production processes to reduce cost and improve the cost competitiveness of natural dyes compared to synthetic alternatives. Explore government incentives, grants and subsidies for green technologies to offset initial investment costs. So, although there may be some initial cost for setting up the unit, but that cost recovery should come from the commercial product that is developed. Continuous innovation. As I was mentioning that we have done lot of research, but there is lot more to be done. Hence, there is a need for continuous innovation. Distribution channel. Establish distribution channels through partnerships with wholesalers, distributors, retailers and e-commerce platforms to reach customers globally. Offer flexible shipping option and responsive customer service to meet the needs of different market segments. Continuous innovation. Stay abreast of technological advancements and market trends to remain competitive in natural dyeing industry. Every day so much of research is being done, so many papers are being published and they are all with an aim to commercialization. Invest in ongoing research and development to improve existing products and develop innovative solutions that meet evolving customer demands. By implementing these strategies, companies can successfully commercialize natural dyeing technologies and contribute to the sustainability and eco-friendliness of various industries. Major breakthrough which we have achieved is the biomodern's use. Due to the increasing pressure on environmentally friendly approaches and sustainable production processes, the textile industry has focused on natural colorants. Thus, the use of biomoderns, which are biological material, has become widespread as an alternative to metal modern, which are hazardous and polluting, most of which are non-ecological, used in the application processes of natural colorant. The natural dyeing dyers want to use modern substances in the dyeing processes in order to both expand the color spectrum and improve the fastness properties. So, it is true that moderns cannot be eliminated, they have to be used. So, we have exemplified that they can definitely be replaced by biomoderns or by using rare earth salts and enzymes. Conventional metal salts used in natural dyeing are made up of metallic ions, which when released in the environment as wastewater effluent at the end of the dyeing process cause major damage to the ecosystem. Because when we are talking about bulk dyeing, these volumes become very high because 4 to 10% of these salts are used as mordanting in conventional dyeing system. Many researchers have thought about using mordants derived from natural sources to address the environmental problem. Biomordants now used are huge in number at the current research stage. A total of 84 different herbal sources were used as biomordants. There are 30 different types of new generation non-vegetable based mordants. The first traces of use of herbal mordant date back to 1990s. In the last 5 years, herbal resources have been extensively used as biomordants, and we have also proven that. Most of the vegetable sources were used both as dye and mordant. It was determined that herbal based biomordants are mostly used in Asian countries. It is thought that the reason for this situation may be due to rich vegetation and great biodiversity. Enzymes, metal accumulating plants have been used as biomordants. banana midrib dye and babul bark biomordant. Banana midrib, which is Musa acuminata, is a natural product having anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-allergenic, antioxidant, anti-cancer properties used in pharmaceutical industry. It has brown beige color and can be considered as a natural dye. The novelty of this work is that when banana midrib natural dye is applied on pineapple natural fabric, because of lack of affinity of this natural dye towards the textile substrate, this is applied with the help of babul bark, which is used as a biomordant. And we know that babul has a lot of tannins. An interesting fact is that the color of the babul bark is also brown beige. The fabric samples that underwent the dyeing process were tested for color coordinates, color strength and fastness properties determination, while characterized for antibacterial, antioxidant and ultraviolet protection properties. The color strength increased due to babul bark and banana midrib concentrations. The dyed fabric has demonstrated exceptional properties in wash and rubbing fastness. The dyed fabric has shown 97.18% of antibacterial activity and 99.87% of antioxidant activity and excellent ultraviolet protection. The successful dyeing of pineapple fabric using banana midrib natural dye and babul bark as biomordant has been achieved very successfully. So, some such work should now come to the mainstream. New sources of natural dyes. Of course, because of the Indian biodiversity, we have huge collection of dye yielding plants and each region has its own flora. The natural dyes are extracted from neem wood waste and applied to natural jute fabric coloration and functionalization. Exploring new sources of natural dye is an exciting area of research that can have implication for sustainability, cultural preservation and innovation. Here are several potential sources of natural dyes that researchers have been investigating. Microorganism, certain bacteria, fungi, microalgae produce pigments that can be used as dyes. For example, species of bacteria like Serratia marcescens produces a red pigment called prodigionsin, while fungi of Penicillium species produce various colors of pigments. Marine organism. Some marine organisms such as certain types of seaweed and mollusk produce vibrant pigments that can be extracted for dyeing. For instance, purple dye historically came from mollusks like this murex snail. A variety of natural dyes, insects and invertebrates. Cochineal insect produced a deep red color called the carmine, which has been used for centuries. Additionally, other insects and invertebrates produce a variety of pigments that could potentially be used as dyes. There are huge plant sources. While traditional plant sources like root, leaves, fruits, bark, flowers have been used extensively for dyeing, ongoing research focuses on less known plants or parts of plants that contain novel pigments. So, new resources of plants should be investigated. This includes exploring weeds, invasive species and underutilized plant parts. Waste biomass, agricultural and food processing waste such as spent coffee grounds, onion skin, avocado pits contain compounds that can be extracted and used for dyes. Utilizing waste biomass from kitchen waste, temple waste, forest waste for dye production contributes to both sustainability and cost effectiveness. Natural dyes through genetic engineering. Now, this is one aspect that I had not covered so far, but when we have to produce dye in bulk, then we have to take help of genetic engineering. Researchers are exploring genetic modification techniques to enhance pigment production in plants and microorganisms, potentially leading to creation of new sources of natural dyes or increased yield in existing sources. Biofabrication. Advancements in biofabrication techniques allow for the production of dyes through fermentation processes using genetically modified organisms. This approach offers a sustainable and scalable method of dye production without the need for agricultural land or water. Traditional knowledge. Indigenous communities possess rich knowledge of natural dye sources and techniques. Collaborating with these communities can help identify new sources of natural dyes and preserve traditional dyeing practices. Sustainable harvesting practices for natural dyes. Sustainable harvesting practices. Emphasizing sustainable harvesting practices ensures the long-term availability of natural dye sources, which means that we should not uproot the plant, we should not use the root, even though it may have higher dye content, we should use the aerial part of the plant so that the plant can keep on growing. This includes practices such as crop rotation, selective harvesting and habitat conservation. Research into new sources of natural dyes is ongoing, driven by the desire for sustainable alternatives to synthetic dyes and the exploration of culturally significant materials. Collaboration between scientists, indigenous communities and industry stakeholders are crucial for advancing this field and realizing the potential of natural dyes in various applications. Moving on, emerging technologies of natural dyes. Several emerging technologies hold promise for the commercialization of natural dyes, enhancing their quality, scalability and applicability. Here are some new technologies to follow for commercialization of natural dyes, because natural dyes will now be required in larger quantities. Biotechnology and genetic engineering. Biotechnological approaches including genetic engineering and metabolic engineering can be used to enhance the production of natural dyes in microorganisms or plants. This technology enables the optimization of dye yield, color quality and stability, as well as the development of novel dye molecules. Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology offers opportunities to improve the properties of natural dyes, such as their solubility, color fastness and UV stability. Nano encapsulation techniques can enhance the stability and release of natural dyes, making them more suitable for various applications in textile, cosmetics and healthcare products. Green solvents and extraction techniques. Novel green solvents and extraction techniques such as supercritical fluid extraction, microwave extraction can prove the efficiency and sustainability of natural dye extraction from plant sources very efficiently. These technologies reduce the use of harmful chemicals and energy consumption while increasing the yield of the purity of natural dyes. Enzyme biocatalysis. Enzyme biocatalysis offers environmentally friendly method of synthesizing natural dyes or modifying their chemical structures to improve their properties. Enzymes can catalyze specific reaction such as oxidation, reduction or conjugation to produce desired dye molecules with enhanced color intensity and stability. Bioinformatics and computational modeling. Bioinformatics tools and computational modeling techniques can be used to predict and optimize the biosynthetic pathways of natural dyes in plants or microorganisms. By analyzing genomic data and metabolic networks, researchers can identify key enzymes and regulatory genes involved in dye biosynthesis and engineer pathway for enhanced production. Waste valorization and circular economy. Because when we are talking about commercialization, we need to remember that now more and more biotic material will happen in terms of waste, and this waste has to be managed properly. Of course, the biotic waste can be biocomposted and the wastewater can be used for irrigation. 3D printing and digital textile printing. 3D printing and digital textile printing technology enables precise and customizable application of natural dyes onto fabric, and this we learnt in a few lectures from now back, and we have seen that how for 3D printing and digital textile printing natural dyes are equally suited, allowing for intricate designs and pattern. These technologies offer opportunities for an on-demand production, reduced waste and increased efficiency in the textile industry while using eco-friendly dye formulations. Waste valorization and circular economy. Technologies for waste valorization enable the extraction of natural dyes from agricultural residues, food waste or wastewater streams, contributing to a circular economy and reducing environmental pollution. By utilizing waste materials as feedstock for dye production, these technologies offer sustainable alternatives to conventional dye sources. Smart textiles and functional dyes. Integration of natural dyes with smart textiles and functional materials can create innovative products with enhanced functionalities such as UV protection, antimicrobial properties or temperature responsiveness. Incorporating natural dyes into wearable electronics, medical textile or functional garments open up a new market opportunities and application. So, for commercialization, we have to start looking at other products which are very much required in the market. Impact of emerging technologies. By leveraging these emerging technologies, companies can overcome the challenges associated with natural dye production and commercialization, paving a method for sustainable and eco-friendly alternatives in various industries. Problems associated with their commercialization. Several factors hinder commercialization of natural dyes despite their potential benefits, and let us try to look at it so that we can find solutions for that. These factors include limited color range. Natural dyes often have a limited color palette compared to synthetic dyes. This restriction can hinder their adoption, especially in industries where a wide range of color is required. Variability in quality. Natural dyes can vary in quality and consistency due to factors such as climate, soil condition and plant genetics. Inconsistent coloration and dye fastness may pose serious challenges for manufacturers seeking reliable and reproducible results. Cost and availability. Natural dyes can be more expensive than synthetic dyes due to factors such as limited availability of raw materials, labor intensive extraction processes and lower economies of scale in production. High costs can deter businesses from adopting natural dye technologies, especially in price sensitive markets. Limited scalability. Scaling up production of natural dyes to meet commercial demands can be challenging due to the constraints in the availability of the raw material supply, extraction efficiency and processing capacity. Limited scalability may restrict the availability of natural dyes for large scale industrial applications. Environmental and sustainability concern. While natural dyes are perceived as more environmentally friendly than synthetic alternatives, their production may still have environmental impacts such as land use, water consumption and energy intensity. Ensuring sustainable sourcing practices and minimizing environmental footprints are essential for commercialization of natural dyes. We have to look at the whole process in a very holistic manner. Supply chain network for natural dye production, because even if we make the product, if we take it to commercialization, there has to be a market created for that. Perception and aesthetics. Some of the consumers may perceive natural dyes as inferior in terms of color vibrancy, color fastness or consistency compared to synthetic dyes. Overcoming these perceptions and educating consumers about the aesthetic and environmental benefits of natural dyes is crucial for market acceptance. Regulatory challenges. Regulatory requirements and standards for natural dyes vary across regions, posing compliance challenges for manufacturers and exporters. Meeting regulatory standards related to product safety, labeling and environmental sustainability adds complexity to the commercialization process. Infrastructure and supply chain constraints. Inadequate infrastructure, logistics and supply chain network for natural dye production and distribution can impede commercialization efforts. Developing efficient supply chain, storage facilities and distribution channel is essential for reaching target markets effectively. Competition from synthetic dyes, that always hangs in the air. Technical challenges are there. Natural dyeing processes may require specialized equipment, expertise and know-how which may not be readily available or affordable for small scale producers and artisans. Addressing technical challenges and providing training and support to stakeholders are essential for promoting the adoption of natural dye technologies. Competition with synthetic dyes. Synthetic dyes dominate the global dye market due to their affordability, versatility and consistency. Competition from synthetic dyes along with their established supply chain and infrastructure presents a significant barrier to the widespread adoption of the natural dyes. Addressing these challenges require collaborative efforts from the stakeholders across the natural dye value chain, including researchers, manufacturers, policymakers and consumers to promote sustainable and economically viable solutions for commercialization of natural dyes. Ensure product quality, scalability and viability. If we can take care of these three factors, commercialization of natural dyes will become easy, because commercialization of natural dye involves several steps to ensure product quality, scalability and market viability. Here is a simplified approach to commercialize natural dyes. Market research. What does the market, what does the consumer require? Conduct thorough market research to identify potential customers, their needs, their preferences and willingness to pay for natural dyed product. Understand market trends, competitive landscape and regulatory requirements. Source identification. Identify reliable sources of raw materials for natural dye extraction. This could involve establishing partnerships with farmers, cooperatives and suppliers who cultivate or collect the plants, insects or other sources of natural dyes. Investing in research and development to optimize extraction processes, and that is where extraction processes have to be made most efficient. Develop efficient extraction methods to obtain high quality pigments from natural sources. Invest in research and development to optimize extraction processes while ensuring environmental sustainability and adherence to quality standards. Quality control. Implement robust quality control measures to ensure consistency, purity and safety of natural dyes. This may involve laboratory testing, certification and compliance with regulatory standards for textile, food and cosmetic application. Product development. Explore various formulation and application techniques to develop a diverse range of natural dye product tailored to different industries and consumer preferences. Consider factors such as color intensity, stability and compatibility with different materials. Education and outreach. Marketing and branding I have already spoken about. Develop a compelling brand identity and marketing strategy to differentiate natural dyes from synthetic dyed products. Communicate their unique value propositions such as sustainability, eco-friendliness and health benefits. Distribution and sales channel. One has to establish distribution channels to reach target markets effectively. This could involve partnership with retailers, wholesalers, e-commerce platform or direct sales to businesses in industries such as textile, cosmetic, food and craft. Educate and outreach. Educate consumers, businesses and stakeholders about the benefits of natural dyes, including their environmental impact, health benefit and cultural significance. Organize workshops, seminars and promotional events to raise awareness to build a loyal customer base. Scale up and optimization, because when we try to talk about commercialization, it has to be now scaled up from the laboratory scale to the production scale at the commercial level. So, continuous optimized production processes, supply chain management, business operations to scale up production and to meet growing demand. Invest in infrastructure, technology and human resources to improve efficiency and reduce costs. Feedback and improvement. Solicit a feedback from customer, partners and stakeholders to identify areas for improvement and innovation. Stay abreast of market trends, scientific advancements and consumers' preference to adapt and evolve your product offerings accordingly. By following these steps and staying committed to sustainability, quality and innovation, you can effectively commercialize natural dyes. and capitalize on the growing demand of environmentally friendly and ethically sourced products. Therefore, we come to a conclusion that natural dyes are the need of the hour. Natural dyes can be scalable. We have come a long way after a lot of innovation and research. We have found some of the best methods of extraction of dye to get the pigment or the dye most efficiently at low cost and with least effort. We have also tried to modify the mordanting step, which is a very crucial step in natural dyeing, by replacing the toxic metal mordants with biomordants, rare earth mordants and enzymes. Because these are two methods or two steps which are very, very crucial in deciding the color uptake and the color fastness. Any dyed fabric, if it does not have a good color adherence, if it does not have good color fastness to wash and light particularly, is not considered a viable product. And therefore, our focuses on the research has been on these two aspects, and to a large extent by using some physical methods like plasma, electron beam, we have been able to even dye some of the most tough material which can be dyed with natural dyes, that is synthetic fibers, polyester and nylon. We have even overcome the challenge of dyeing cotton, although cotton was being dyed for a long time, but the level of perfectness was not so much. We have used the step of tannic acid treatment, a pre-treatment before mordanting, which has made all the difference. So now we can say that the natural dye technology, the innovative dyeing technology is mature enough and is ready for commercialization. With this, we have come to an end of this chapter, this lecture series. Thank you.